ASHRAE Level 1, 2, and 3 energy audits is the procedure most commonly followed in Ontario. You can find the entire procedure in this book called Procedures for Commercial Building Energy Audits. Please remember that there are 3 phases. In these 3 phases, there's a preliminary energy assessment, and then there's the level 1, 2, and 3, and then there's implementation. So the 3 phases are not level 1, 2, and 3. Let's look at the first phase. It's called the preliminary energy assessment. It is an important step, and it can be done by the auditor before they even visit the space. They have to take all the data that is collected, all the data about the energy use of a facility that has been collected over time, at least 15 months in advance. They have to do energy bill analysis, break the energy bills into their components, demand charges versus energy charges, etc. This is when you do the EUI calculations, which we remember are benchmarking the energy use of the building. If it's a high EUI, there's lots of opportunities. If there's a low EUI, the returns are going to be smaller. So all this EUI, this benchmarking and looking at the energy bills is all done in the first phase, which is called preliminary energy assessment. They also consider the load factor. That's the amount of electrical energy that's used each month divided by the peak demand. So something like a hospital has a very high load factor, whereas office buildings should have a low load factor because it doesn't have a lot of demand on the nights and the weekends, we hope. So you can also take that load data, you can plot it as integral data. Now, if you want some information about integral data plotting, it's very interesting from a peak demand point of view. And this would tell you sort of, it's a 3D way of plotting how demand is used so that you can see where the peak power requirements are for your facility. And then you can do what's called peak chasing to get rid of that peak to lower that peak demand cost. So this is all in that preliminary assessment. You would do an analysis like that. You also have to look at the maintenance and repair records and look at what the facility, where everything is in a facility so that you can plan out your level 1 walkthrough. So the next phase is your ASHRAE level 1, 2, and 3. You have to go in person. So level 1 and level 2, are in-person visits. You want to send your best, most experienced people to level 1. Commonly, you send your least experienced people to level 1. But what you should be doing is sending your most experienced people to level 1. Level 1 is when you are going to meet with facilities, walk around the facility, see, well, where are their chillers, where are their boilers, where is energy being used, and start to identify some potential energy savings based on your experience. You come out of level 1 with a list of opportunities, and then level 2 is when you go back and then you collect data based on the opportunities that you identified in level 1. So you don't need the most experienced person to collect the data. You need the most experienced person in level 1 to identify which data needs to be collected in level 2. So in level 2, you collect all of your data, then you calculate your savings and your calculations that we were doing in week 1, 2, and 3, so that you can do your energy accounting and propose these changes to management. Then ASHRAE Level 3, which is still in phase 2 of this auditing procedure, involves the follow-up quoting and costing that was selected when you walked into the plant manager's office with your level 2 energy calculations, your proposals. Level 3 takes that forward, and whichever ones were selected, now you're going to be doing the schematics, the designs, the calculations specific to the energy ideas that were chosen from level 2. Here are some of the systems that you're going to be looking at in your level 1 to choose your energy management opportunities. So there's the building envelope, boilers, steam distribution systems, the HVAC system, electrical, lights, windows, reflective surfaces, hot water distribution systems, air compressors, and motors. That's just a few energy management opportunities you're going to look for. So in general, you are going to then do your level 1, 2, and 3, look for those energy management opportunities, propose them, do a detailed analysis as level 3, and then you calculate what is called the energy audit report. It'll have an executive summary, facility description, analysis about the EMOs and the action plan and the conclusion. Now, implementation basically means that you make the changes, but you also have to be careful to set goals and targets. Goals and targets should be set with sufficient monitoring put in place as well. So this ASHRAE 1, 2, 3 level energy auditing procedure doesn't specifically tell you how to do the monitoring and the goals and targets. It's not like the ISO system where it is built into the system where you would be doing that continuous monitoring. In this level 1, 2, 3, it has a risk of being a fix it and forget it type of thing, where you went through, you did the phases and you're done. Whereas that's not how energy management should be done. You should be putting sufficient monitoring in place after you do the commercial energy audit procedure. So just be careful of that this should be a long-term investment in the success of energy savings across the organization. And really the level 1, 2, 3 energy audit should be repeated and repeatedly assessed, and then a careful eye looking for now the next opportunity and the next opportunity as you chase down those energy savings and go from the high opportunities down to what becomes the next opportunities as you are saving money and energy in a pattern.